microphone.
Microphone? My hands smell like milk and honey right now. It's pretty good.
Oh, you got that hand soap.
Got that hand soap, son.
What was the funny name we came up for the show for Nick to be called?
Suck my Nick.
Suck my Nick. The whole drive up here, I'm going like, Nick at night. Nick
Sucker.
Nick of Nick. I
mean, it's pretty on the nose, you know. Name sounds like Dick.
Suck my neck.
Suck my neck. Yeah, it's not some of my best work, but you guys seem to be very pleased with it. So
I really like it. I really like it. I'm back. I remember it. I remember that now that's what it was. And yeah,
might want to do some goose on that one though to make sure it's not taken. Seems like it'd be taken.
Well, I don't really care if it is. It's not like we're going to get the domain name suckmynick.com. Who cares?
Probably not a good idea to.
Yeah, I'd rather not have people accidentally. I mean, I guess traffic's traffic.
Yeah, accidental traffic, I suppose.
But I want to start, here we are, rebooting. Already on our second week.
We done rebooted. We don't even need to talk about that no more.
Well, but, now we're like riding into consistency of the reboot, right? This is the second week on the same day at the same time that we're sitting down to record.
We have an appointment.
I love having a weekly appointment with you. It's motivating to me.
Yeah, okay. Maybe a weekly appointment to brush your hair would be next.
I don't know about all that. But consistent relaunch, a real actual relaunch is now well underway. First episode's out.
Yep.
I think we should start preparing for the inevitability of coronavirus being not a huge threat in the world.
Oh, why? Have you been outside lately?
Well,
because everybody else already made that decision.
Right. Yeah. No, they for sure. Yeah, like people are.
I've seen 3 states in the last month or so, and they're all over it.
Oh my God.
Oh.
I went to the little gas station right here a couple of days ago, and I came in and there was an older guy, not old, but older, late 40s, and probably did a lot of drugs.
So he's leathery.
Yeah. Might have been in his 50s. Might have been in his late 50s from how he looked. But he was
black chappy, a white fellow?
He was a white man. He had a
neck tattoos?
He didn't have any neck tattoos. Okay. He was just a normal...
Just a regular drug.
Yeah, but he looked like he was probably a druggie at some point in his life. Anyway, he was in line in front of me at that little gas station, and he didn't have a mask on. And on his way out, I was like, this is still a mask state. It's a small gas station, and I had to be trapped in a room with him. So I got a little... which he had no response. He just left, which that's fine. That's for the best.
Right. He took a picture of your license plate.
Maybe so.
He's outside right now.
I do not care. And then I was buying Red Bull at the gas station. And I got 2 and not 3 because they were...
2 for whatever they're 2.
Well, they're 2 for whatever, but they're also 3 for whatever. So when I got up to the register, the girl was like, they're 3 for whatever. And I go, yeah, but you guys only had 2 with sugar in them. She was like, well, you could just get a sugar-free one and it'd still be the 3 for whatever. And I was like, no, thank you. I don't.
I'm here for the good stuff.
Yeah. No. And she goes, well, I'll go check for you and see if we have any.
Wow, she was really trying to upsell you on this Red Bull.
Sure,
important to her.
And I'm like, you know what? Great. And right as she walks away from the register, a guy walks in. And I'm just standing at the register. And this dude, just like that bald-headed, tattooed guy at whatever on the previous episode where I complained about this.
Mm-hmm.
This dude walks up right behind me. Like, right behind me. Like, he was not 2 feet away from me.
Like, you could feel his breath?
I could almost feel his breath. I could see his face in the plastic,
Okay.
you know, in the barrier on the thing. Like, I could see the details of his face reflecting in the thing. And I look over my shoulder and I go, can you back up off of me a little bit? And there's my phone ringing a million different ways from a 1-800 number that I'm going to decline. And I'm going to silence this somehow.
Because we're professionals.
Right. I have no idea how to silence this on here.
I feel like that was the worst part for that to happen too. You were getting loud, the story was changing.
I've turned it up.
Oh my God, don't turn it up. Silence, sleep mode, notifications. God. We're still recording. Okay,
Yeah.
don't say nothing. Okay. What's it called?
Fuck if I know, dude.
Private mode, silence mode. What's it called?
Do not disturb?
Turn on Do Not Disturb.
Okay, I turned on Do Not Disturb.
Thank you. Silence my phone. We're professionals.
Yeah.
We're obviously recording a professional podcast here. I told the guy to back up off me.
Mm-hmm.
But I was ready. Because he didn't have a mask on, too. Did I say that? I'm ruining this. I'm butchering this story.
Well,
Dude walked up right behind me. He didn't have a mask on. I turned around and told him to back up off me. And I was mad because I had just gave guff to that other guy. So I was like ready to just like punch this guy in the fucking face.
Yeah.
But then he backed up off me. So it's fine.
Just, that was it?
Yep.
Oh.
I wasn't trying to really start some heavy shit.
Yeah.
Back up off me and put a mask on, you fucking idiot.
Do one of those things at least, sir.
Please. Yeah, so that was that.
What's mask protocol? I never actually really thought this through, but what's mask protocol in a drive-thru? They always have them on. I usually don't.
I think you're fucking up.
I'm fucking up?
Because think of how much space is between you and the person handing you something in a drive-thru window.
Yeah, I guess, but...
I mean, you got the wind, I guess, between you.
I mean, if I'm being for real, like, usually there's not, like, they don't even look at me. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, put the card reader out so I can insert my card. You know, they have a full length of arm and I have a full length of arm.
And a lot of them these days have one of those plastic barriers in the window where that's like all that they can do is hand out through a little prison slot.
Yeah. And, you know, kudos to customer service in general. Nobody's ever given me a look or anything to be like.
I've seen places that have it on the, like, I don't know if it's just inside the Postmates that gives me this note or if I've actually seen a sign that says it. But if you don't have a mask, please go through the drive-thru.
Yeah.
Like, don't come in if you don't have a mask.
That's like the middle ground, I guess, then.
Yeah. But to me, no, I always wear a mask going through the drive-thru.
Oh, well.
I'm not like bleaching my fruit when I bring it home, but I wear a mask through the drive-thru.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like I'm in my car. I feel like there's distance. I feel like I can navigate it. If they were to lean out, I could do something about it, I suppose.
Yeah, but then the corona's floating around in your car with you.
I guess, but I mean, I feel like I've had corona about 4 times now. I'm probably...
Yeah. You're probably immune at this point.
Pretty fucking immune. I mean...
I don't know. I think you're probably fine going through drive-thru without a mask, especially because they always have a mask.
Wait. How many Red Bulls did you end up getting?
2 that day. When we came back, 2. She didn't have any sugar.
So it wasn't even like 4 anything. You just fought the good fight and then walked out short a potential 3 for...
It's okay, because I really only needed 1.
Yeah. I got upsold on a cake pop the other day. Going through a drive-thru, wasn't wearing my mask.
Starbucks?
It's a different spot right by my house. Can't remember what it's called, but it's like a coffee shop, little drive-thru coffee shop. Drive-thru only coffee shop.
Do they wear clothes?
They do.
Okay.
It's like
not the kind I'm thinking of.
No, it's like high school kids or something. All very clothed.
Okay.
And
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I felt like I got. Yeah, I do. I think so. I've never been, but I've heard.
I've never been either.
Sounds intriguing. But
it seems like you have to tip more than I want to tip in the first place. Like, I already don't want to tip them that much from a drive-through coffee shop.
Yeah.
And if they're like shaking it at me, they expect more of a tip. They're looking for more of a tip. That's my...
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but I just feel like there's a lot that could not be cool about it. You know what I mean? I feel like either those people are in a really tight spot and they really don't want to be doing this, or those people really do want to be doing this and they weren't good enough to be strippers.
I think it's like classier stripping. I think of it as like one step classier than stripping.
Yeah, but I mean, the reason you strip, I assume, is because you're going to get like buku dollars for that.
Sure.
And I don't think you're going to get buku dollars because of the attitude you just shared of like, I'm not going through this coffee drive-through to drop a 20 on top of my drink price, whatever it may be.
Right.
So I don't know. I just don't feel like it's worth it for them. It's probably not going to be worth it for you for the quality of employee that you can afford with those sorts of tipping practices.
Or not to knock anybody, but potentially the quality of the product. Like, I'd rather have somebody who's good at using a brevet machine, not somebody who's looks good in a bikini.
And do they wear aprons? Because they should. Safety first. But then that takes away from almost all of it.
Yeah, I can't.
Moving forward, I got upsold on a cake pop duo, and I was upset about it because I felt punked by this.
Did you buy it?
I did buy it because I was just like not expecting it, and I kind of looked at Becky for confirmation to be like, should I get this other cake pop? And she just kind of like didn't even.
Was it a situation where you were going to buy one cake pop for $3 or two cake pops for $4?
Here's the thing. Here's why I'm upset about it. Because I didn't even get any information.
Okay.
It was like, let me get a cake pop for my daughter. And they were like, do you want 2 cake pops? It's a deal. The end. And I was just like, yeah.
I can pay less. I can pay less.
I can't turn down a deal, right? I'd be a fool.
Right.
And then the second cake pop is now 3 or 4 days old. It's still on my kitchen counter.
So really what you did was waste probably $2.
Yeah. And food.
And food. Right.
Because we couldn't even give away a second cake pop. There's 3 children under my roof, and none of them.
You know,
my daughter didn't want a second one, and the other kids didn't want a first one.
I think if it was 2006, you would have had no problem handing off that second cake pop to somebody.
Why not?
Because everybody was like, cake pop.
I was just talking about this with somebody. The cake pop in general is like a totally flawed dessert from start to finish. It's not enough cake. If you want cake.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to eat because it's too big to eat in one bite.
Right. You really, for how fragile it is, you really need to be putting the whole thing in your mouth and eating it.
Right.
Because if you try and take a bite of it, the whole rest of it is falling apart.
Yeah. And I feel like you're solely paying for like decoration.
Yeah. Cuteness.
Because I don't know what a small man's fist of cake yields on the market, but it's probably not 2 for $5 or whatever.
It would be one bite of cake if it wasn't covered in chocolate.
It'd be one bite of cake, and then they cover it in chocolate and like make it look like a snowman or something. Man hours. I don't like it.
Not worth it.
My daughter loves them, so we have to get her a cake pop.
Well, that's reasonable, but don't fall for the 2 next time.
I won't. I'll never fall for the 2 again.
Yeah.
I might give them their old one back when I go through again.
Trade it out. Yeah.
I want to, can I get a fresh...
This cake pop doesn't look right.
It's like just one entire ball of mold. It looks like a chia pet.
Yeah.
Here you go. Yeah, I don't know. They just gave it to me this way. Not a lie. Don't ask questions. I didn't. I didn't ask how much it costs. I'm an adult and you're in high school. I didn't ask questions. Yeah, so I just had to get that off my chest.
Well, good. I'm glad you...
I'm loving this milk honey.
Yeah. Milk and honey is usually a pretty good soap scent.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I'll tell you about my weird Chinese chemical burn I got from my fake Apple Watch that I was rocking last week. I'm showing George's open sores on my wrist right now. You remember seeing it, right? You made a comment on it.
I was like, oh, Apple Watch.
You're like, it looks just like an Apple Watch. And I was like, it's not. It's only $30. Well,
and the plastic melted into your flesh? Or?
I don't know. I think it's made of acid or something.
Yeah.
So
that would make sense based on the way your wrist looks.
Pulled it off for a bit. And I'll try again. Maybe I'll do some antiperspirant there or something. Maybe it's a sweat thing. Nah, you don't run my life.
No, bud. I would clear that out and put it on Facebook for sale.
Well,
I would not.
No, I think
you could probably get $30 for it.
Maybe I'll try this wrist. Give it some fresh skin.
No, I wouldn't.
All of the chemicals obviously already came off and are inside my body.
Yeah.
Call me cancer boy.
That's a good point. Maybe you already absorbed all the chemicals.
Yeah.
Maybe you're more likely you're allergic to the metal that it's made out of.
That's probably something.
Most likely.
But I'm not going to, I spent $30, so I'm definitely not going to give up on one try.
I mean, that's up to you, man.
I wonder how much it is for two of them.
Oh, they'll probably give you a deal.
It's a deal.
Yep. That's like 10% of the cost of an actual Apple Watch. So it's already quite a deal.
They're very expensive.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't believe it. I figured
door open?
I don't know. I don't think so. I figured they'd be like $150 or something. I couldn't believe that they're $4.
Yeah, they ain't cheap.
They cost more than the tablet, I think, that I just purchased. Or the same.
About the same. Yeah, right around the same.
Which is wild to me.
I think the iPad's around $400.
There's not even...
And the watch is... I think the watch is only $300.
There was a $400 version. I don't know.
There is. There is. Yeah.
Yeah, I was in like a Target or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was just looking at them today at Best Buy when I picked up the Ring cameras. For like an open box one, it was like $286.
Yeah.
For the lower, not for the top tier one. For the second tier one. They're pretty cool. I keep seeing this ad with this dude going, with the new Apple Watch, I can take a echocardiogram anytime, anywhere. And he's like sitting in the movie theater, and then he's doing it, and then he goes, anytime, anywhere. And he's sitting in like a field in the grass. And he goes, anytime, anywhere. And he's like sitting on an iceberg. I'm like, I don't really care about an echocardiogram that much.
Yeah. Man, this is like the most interrupted podcast I've ever been a part of. George just had to answer the door. Somebody knocked on the door and is... I don't know, are they trying to sell him something maybe? Anyways, we'll take this opportunity to do an ad read for one of our sponsors.
Listen in on the quirky conversations between a woman with opinions, convictions, and energy, and her man-child of a husband who brings it together with banter and the not-so-occasional moderately inappropriate response. Mama and the Man-Child, featuring Ben and Becky, is now available at dangerouslystrange.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
So we're back. What was that about?
That's a neighbor. I have the Honda up the neighbor's driveway.
Oh.
Because I was getting the van towed away.
I saw that.
So.
I hope he can't hear me through this window because I was like, this fucking guy.
No, I couldn't hear you.
Good.
Maybe he could if he's got like wolf ears.
Yeah. Worse ears to have, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
Do iPads come with chargers?
Yeah, there's for sure a charger in the box.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I've heard some shit.
No, there's for sure a charger in the box.
All right. So what else?
If my AirPods came with a charger, well, technically my AirPods only came with a charging cable. But your iPad will come with a charger. I promise.
Oh.
I promise.
Okay.
No question.
I believe you. What else? You been in the news at all lately?
Have I been in the news? Well, I murdered 15 people in Dallas, and they've been...
Did you drive into an arena, or how did you pull that off?
Well, I can't get into the details of the case.
Oh, because it's an open investigation.
I allegedly murdered 15 people in Dallas. Excuse me.
Right. This is a hate crime?
No. I can tell you it's definitely not a hate crime.
So there's a mix.
It had to do with waiting in line too long.
It was a very woke murder. It was like a...
people of every race.
Everybody gets
people of every race.
Okay.
All 15 races.
Okay. Any transgenders?
I can't say.
You don't see gender.
I don't see gender. Oh my God. I don't see gender is the title of this episode, I think. Right. It might be.
Well, it's pretty early yet, but that's a front runner.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Speaking of not seeing gender, did you hear about the
Kylie Gender? Sorry.
The genderless potato. Mr. Mrs. It's a genderless potato now. They made that change.
Potato head.
Yeah.
It's just they are just potato head now.
They tato head.
They tato head.
I like that.
Sure. I did not see that. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Because you can dress up however you want.
Yeah, I guess what they should do is just sell the potato in one box, and then you should be able to buy side potato gear.
Here's the trick with potato heads.
We're going to solve all your marketing issues over there at Potato Head. Just get this podcast to your boss.
Potato heads were already genderless.
Yeah, there's no dick.
There's no anything. There's like an eyebrow ridge.
Well, there's a mustache, right?
No. I'm saying yes. Like you could buy a Mr. Potato Head, and a Mr. Potato Head is a genderless potato with Mr. parts.
Right.
It has blue shoes, a bowler hat, a mustache, an orange nose.
And on the box it says Mr.
It does say Mr. And you can buy a Mrs. But what I'm saying is the actual potato was always genderless. There's not titties on Mrs. Potato Head. There's not a bow like Mrs. Pac-Man.
You never drew titties on your potato head? I
did not.
Oh,
actually.
Me either.
No? Are you sure?
No.
Sure about that? Speaking of drawing on titties, though, I've been seeing a lot of people the last, rewind. I've seen like 3 videos in the last couple weeks of people doing the boob contouring, chest contouring.
So are they like completely flat-chested folks?
It's men.
Oh, it's men doing it.
Yeah.
And they're contouring
titties
to look like female breasts or to look like pecs?
No, to look like a woman.
I'm confused. I don't see gender. No, that's crazy.
To look like a breasticled human.
Is this like ironically, or is this like a...
It's more like they figured out that people were doing that. And now it's like, I'm going to try it and see what I'm going to look like with titties.
Oh.
It's like it's like those gag videos. That's true. Same.
That's weird. That's real weird.
Yeah.
I wish in these moments we had a producer where we could be like, pull this video up so we can talk about it in real time, but we'll get there. But look forward to some Photoshop pictures of George with titties on the Instagram coming, in the next week or so. Okay. That should be fun.
Yeah.
We could put titties on Instagram, right? I'll just put some like tassels maybe.
Yeah. See, chest contouring sounds like something you would do at the gym.
Yeah. When you said it, I thought like 300.
Right.
Those abs that they did. So.
But no, this is for making you look more like a woman.
So these are like, I just want more clarification. These are like bros or something?
The videos I've seen have just been like reaction video joke bros.
Okay.
Maybe there's a TikTok trend going on.
I'm trying not to like misstep here if somebody's like
No. The videos that I'm seeing, it's like, look, I got got boobs.
Yeah. And then they have like abs.
Right. Or
they're just like regular ass dudes.
I think it's just they put on a low cut shirt and put makeup on their chest.
That's whatever. Moving on. We don't need to talk more about that. Mm-hmm. You can check that out on YouTube if you're while you're there. You can look at the Dangerously Strange page.
Potato head breast contouring.
Yeah, I just would go with a Sharpie. If I were to do it, I'd go with a Sharpie.
Oh, I was definitely picturing that you had done it with a Sharpie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't ever do that.
Sure. Was it like a pervert thing? Like you were trying to...
No, just everything got titties. I guess it was a pervert thing.
Once you learned how to draw a titty, you were drawing titties on every inanimate object you could find.
Allegedly.
Okay. All right.
That's not entirely true. Mostly just like the side of my mom's dresser. Stop drinking during the pod, dude.
At what height? Like, at what height are you drawing the titties on the dresser?
Oh, all the heights. You only have so much dresser.
You're just drawing titties all over the dresser. Okay. One time, I used to like to hang out behind a wingback chair in the living room when I was a kid. We had a tall pink, like a tall armchair with like has like the kind of throny. You know, it's like an armchair, but when they have like the they call that wingback, I think.
Okay,
I might be making up what wingback means.
Wingback sounds like a slur a little bit.
I guess it could. Like for angels or birds.
Yeah.
LeBron
James.
Anyway, I took some of my mom's lipstick back there with me one day when I was 3 to 7, I can't say. And I drew all over the back of this like velvet
even.
Some kind of like nicer upholstery.
Like it's ruined.
And I drew lipstick all over. Drew like not even anything worthwhile. I didn't put titties on it.
And your mom got so mad at you.
She was pretty mad, but she didn't find out for a long time.
Your mom got so mad at you that she was like, "I'm going to make you drive here 2 hours 3 times a week when you're in your 30s to take me to doctor's appointments, you son of a bitch."
Edit that out.
I'm going to rob you of the prime years of your life. just when you're figuring out your path.
That just keeps happening to me. Honestly, like I keep thinking I'm like, she's better and I'm going to have some time, and then nope.
You shouldn't have been doing that fucking chair, dog.
Yep. It's all because of that chair. It was her favorite chair.
Yeah. The thing I did, which, you really should have caught this, I think, Mom. But like, I pulled my mom's emergency brake in her car. Not pulled. I think it was, I don't know.
The parking brake. You had the parking brake on, and she didn't notice that it had been engaged, and she was driving around and she ruined the parking brake
for like a long time. I don't know how long it took her to ruin it, but I feel like you get to the corner and you notice that the parking brake was on.
Yeah, well, I have to imagine she went, "Oh no, something's wrong with my car," because that's how it feels when you start driving. When the parking brake's on, you're like, "My car isn't accelerating properly."
Right.
So potentially she ended up like taking it to the mechanic.
I think it broke whatever breaks when you do that for long enough. And then, she had to get it fixed.
Yeah, I think you could just wear it down and then it'll drive right again. Like mostly right once it's worn down.
Let's get her on the phone. No, how much money did you spend on that blue Pontiac back in the day?
Yeah.
We'll have her on the show one of these days. She could tell the story herself. Oh, man. Okay. So, titties on dressers. What did you draw in the lipstick? You just...
No idea.
Just
can't say.
Covered it?
I don't think it was anything.
Smothered and covered?
Yeah. Shapes, I would say. I wasn't to titty drawing age yet.
Was she more upset about the drawing on the furniture or about the lipstick?
My mom never really cared that much about makeup. So it wasn't a like wasting my lipstick issue. It was a permanently staining the chair issue.
Right. Did you guys get rid of the chair or did it just...
I think we cleaned it up. I think my mom made me clean it up.
Part of me was like, I bet that chair's still in this fucking house.
No, it's and it couldn't come clean. But it was the back of it, so it didn't really matter that much.
Yeah.
This is the part that faces the wall.
Yeah, it's still in the corner.
We had that chair for several more years. We didn't like get rid of it because I put lipstick on the back of it, but I definitely got in trouble.
They were like, we're going to wait until you're old enough to really get punished for this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Happy 7th birthday. We're going to beat you now. Remember that chair, bitch?
Yeah. Let's take a break. Half an hour.
All right. We'll be back, guys. That's where you push that button. Hey, we're back. Talking about gut dicks.
Faulty electronics.
Dude, George is about to snap his smoking device in half outside. He's having a rough time.
It wasn't working.
Yeah, I could tell it wasn't working, and your nicotine fix was also not getting worked. Oh, is that one not working?
Oh my god! This one's not on.
This is the episode where George literally commits murder on the internet. Stay good.
I'd like to reiterate about that previous set of murders that I was talking about.
They were all blacks. They were all black people. As we discussed in the last episode, George is affiliated, perhaps high-ranking in the Proud Boys?
Okay. For one, not that. For two,
have you seen your beard?
Does that have anything to do with Proud Boys? Do they all? Are they bearded?
I don't think it's like necessary, but I think they all have it, so it's like a trend amongst them.
I didn't know the Proud Boys were bearded.
A lot of them are bearded. A lot of those are bearded folks.
Well, that's a shame. Putting the beard somewhere it doesn't belong.
It's America. Freedom. Yeah.
Yeah. Freedom of facial expression.
Yeah.
I'm not a Proud Boy. I have no affiliation with the Proud Boys.
Are you a boy?
Yes.
Proud of yourself?
Not for being a boy. I don't see gender. I should have said I don't see gender when you asked if I was a boy. I fucked it all up.
It's okay. It was falling apart anyways.
But I did listen to the last episode before season 2 launched.
Okay.
Which was...
No, you talked about this on the last episode. You called the insurrection.
Oh, I didn't talk about it on the last episode. I talked about it to you before on Thursday or on Friday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was like... We were talking about him doing that stand back and stand by. What did he say?
Stand back, stand by, show force, some other shit.
I don't know, but whatever he said, and I was like, yeah, well, he's only said he only won't call him out because he's going to call on him to murder the libs for him. And then that's basically exactly what happened.
I mean, yeah.
I guess it wasn't a hard thing to call.
Yeah, I mean,
but
Tom Brady going to win the Super Bowl? I mean, it's not guaranteed, but probably.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know who Tom Brady is?
No.
He's a famous baseball player.
He throws, right?
He throws things, yeah.
Yeah.
Throws them hard and sometimes soft.
Uh-huh.
Far.
National.
Pretty close, too, sometimes.
National Baseball League.
He's got a pretty good chin line. I think he's...
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I've heard of him.
Yeah.
I think I've seen a picture of him on my locker.
On the
inside door of my locker.
Okay, that's cool. I'm having any caffeine today, and it's affecting me.
Yeah, so this is like the opposite of the other thing.
What's the other thing?
You were fasting.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're caffeine fasting instead.
Caffeine fasting in addition.
You're not eating and you're not having caffeine?
Man, I really didn't want to put this out there in case I decide to not do it. But yeah, today I'm doing...
Oh, this is today you're starting the whole batch of no caffeine.
Yeah, I'm taking
this time.
that.
So what are you going to consume? If not a giant glass of tea?
Water.
Just water? Are you still putting weird stuff in it?
I do the salt first thing in the morning, but that's the plan. That's all I'm going to do. The
Just
Himalayan sea salt.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm going to see if that works this time around.
See if it works.
Well, I know it's going to work, I guess, but I'm going to see if I can tolerate it, I guess is what I mean.
Has it worked in the past? Like, what is it?
I did 24 days last year.
Yeah, but did it work?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it worked. But, I mean...
Why do you have to keep doing it if it works?
The shit I'm fucking really struggling with this time around is the caffeine. So I'm like, I think if I was able to do that in conjunction with the fast, that would be like a really big test of my self-control. So that's more what this is about than anything is
I feel like the caffeine was the only thing keeping you going.
Yeah, me too in this moment.
Like that, I mean, it seems to me that was the fuel of that process was the caffeine.
Well, the fuel was my body fat. Caffeine was my treat.
You don't think the caffeine helps like activate the body fat into being processed?
I am certain it is helpful, but I've never gone more than a day without caffeine in probably the last 15 years. And I'm just kind of want to try that for a little bit.
Okay.
So
I don't know if I would have done that together for the first go.
Well, I feel like I saw a video or something about this where they said the withdrawal effects subsided a lot quicker when they fasted. And I'm not sure what the correlation is, but I'm just going on that random strangers.
I can understand that because, like, you know, part of what caffeine does to me is help me poop. Right? Mm-hmm. So if you're not eating anything, you won't have to deal so much with that part of it.
Yeah, but again, like, I'm not even 100% sure I'm doing this just yet.
Okay.
It was a declaration. I was feeling very strongly about it this morning.
Mm-hmm.
But as the day goes on and I have the muscle cramps and, you know, the exact location in my mind geographically of where half-eaten breakfast burritos sitting at in my refrigerator.
Ooh.
I'm not sure I'm going to have the strength. Here's how it works for me. If I can make it through the first night, I'm pretty much golden. But I'll reset that first day like so many times.
Right. You do the first day and then you go home.
Right. And then
you're like, I'm hungry.
And I'll start tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I'll eat dinner.
Sure.
And the problem with this process is that I'm like, I'm going to start tomorrow. So today is my farewell tour. And I go ape shit.
But I think that's okay because what that ends up being is intermittent fasting.
Yeah, well, it doesn't seem to work that well. It does. I guess it maintains, but I don't lose any weight on that pattern.
Sure.
And I don't want to maintain being very fat.
Fair. I do like random intermittent fasting just because I forget to eat. I'm sure I've brought that up before.
Potatoes all broughton?
Yeah. I'm sure I brought that up before that I...
Well, yeah, you're a mover. You're a shaker.
I'm doing shit.
Postmates. You're painting people's curbs. You're fucking...
Who knows
hacking the gut. You're murdering blacks out there.
Jesus!
You're moving. Getting around.
But it's never done me any good.
Mm-hmm.
None of those things that you said.
Yeah, here's the problem is they work when you're doing them for me, and then I'm like, all right, that was a cool experiment. Now let's go back to how I was.
I want to eat chips again.
Yeah, I miss chips. I don't know. I'll figure it out someday.
I actually don't miss chips.
You'll know when I was successful because I'll probably post a video about it or something. So
yeah, of his glistening abs.
I'm going to stop talking about it on the show because I look like a fucking asshole because I'm always doing a thing.
I don't think that's true. Well, I think that's part of your shtick.
I guess.
It's kind of always been part of your shtick.
That's true. I'm always like searching.
You're always doing a thing.
I'm always
trying to improve your something.
Yeah.
So, which that's a good characteristic to have. Self-improvement as a characteristic, I think.
Oh, yeah. The intention of improving myself.
Right. Like the desire to improve.
Successful or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, you improve yourself as you go.
Occasionally.
Here and there.
Sometimes.
I think it all comes together.
Yeah.
As the you that you've become.
Okay. Take your word for it.
Yeah.
At some point, I'll review these tapes and figure it out. You know, that's the plan.
Mm-hmm.
We're never going to make any money on this, George. This is a journal, is what this is.
Sure.
This is our very long, thousands of hours leading up to our inevitable suicides.
I'm not gonna. I didn't sign that.
And now a word from our sponsor. No. So what else is going on with you, sir?
Ooh.
Dr. Seuss canceled.
Dr. Seuss
Eminem, they tried to cancel.
Wasn't Dr. Seuss already canceled?
I don't know. I saw today, like, there was the initial story of whatever books that they canceled. And then I saw today, like a week later, that all of those books had like a surge in sales. I'm like, what does canceling mean? They obviously didn't pull them off the shelves.
Well, I think by announcing that they were going to stop printing them, obviously that's going to be a boom in sales for those because people are trying to snag them up before they can't find them anymore.
Yeah, I guess. But I read the article and none of the titles were like any of his famous titles.
Right.
They were just some.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's just a bunch of folks that are like anti-cancel culture, making a protest purchase or something.
Maybe that. I'm thinking also people looking to make a buck.
Yeah.
After, like, oh, they're going to stop printing this book by this wildly famous author. Let me get my hands on as many copies as I can right now.
Yeah.
So that in a year, when they're not printing it anymore and there's none left on Amazon, I can go on eBay
and bought them,
sell it. Yeah. Brought them right up. Sell it on eBay for, 3 times, 5 times as much as I paid for it.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes more sense.
Scarcity. It's just like the toilet paper.
Everything in my mind is a protest at some point. I drove by a group of girls holding up signs the other day, and I was like, oh, what are they protesting? And it's just like a car wash.
Yeah. Somebody died, maybe.
Oh, fucking 2020 fucked me up, man.
Yeah.
I don't trust anything.
Out here, whenever there's a car wash, it's because somebody died.
Usually. There'll be a family out in the center divide, and you're just like, man, car's clean. I'm sorry.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, people's families dying.
R.I.P.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Sorry, I don't want a car wash.
Keep them away from George, right? Allegedly.
Let's go back to saying Mondo's the murderer. I prefer that.
This is fun. We need to get Mondo and Nikki back on the show.
We
Even
do.
If we Zoom them.
Yeah. I was thinking we need to get Nick again, but he was also our most recent guest besides
He was
Becky.
Most recent episode, but like it has been months since
Right.
I've even seen the guy. He doesn't really hold that much of a presence on social media either, so I'm never really sure what he's up to. He just posts food every 3-4 weeks or something.
Yeah, he doesn't do it up on there. I wish he did. He's a very funny guy.
Hell funny. I'm like, why aren't you tweeting at least or something?
Right. I've been getting a little more busy on the Twitter.
Yeah, I dump in batches.
Mm-hmm. I noticed that. I wake up in the morning with like 8 notifications from Twitter, and they're all tweets from you.
Yeah, I'll just be in a mood. Have a good cup of coffee that day or something, and but fire them off. And then I go back and read them later sometimes, and they're not as funny as I thought they were. But, it's a process.
Yeah.
Someday people will monetize my Twitter library.
Hopefully you.
Hopefully me. That'd probably be the best.
Ideally. Are
you married yet?
I'm not married yet.
Okay.
That's probably a few years out.
Okay.
least a few years out.
Yeah. You'd probably get married before me, honestly.
Maybe.
Oh, I'm in love. I'm a slacker.
Sure. I don't have any more energy drink in that can. I know that's not sensitive to your triggers.
Yeah.
I apologize.
I can smell the black cherries on your breath right now.
Mm-hmm. It's actually original flavor.
What is original flavor? Coca-Cola energy drink.
Coca-Cola flavor. It just tastes like cola.
And they just put double caffeine in it?
They put guarana and vitamins and shit in it. No, it's got extra caffeine in it. It's got guarana in it and stuff, but it tastes better than a lot of energy drinks.
What's guarana do for you?
Produce caffeine.
Is that what it does? I thought it was.
Yeah, I think guarana is just a caffeine.
How far away are we until they start making energy drinks with like Cialis in them? I feel like
that's right already a thing.
Yeah,
there are.
That's crazy. Where do you get those
penis energy drinks?
Asking for a friend, obviously.
Penis enhancing energy drinks. I can't think of the brand, but yes, there have been penis enhancing energy.
I would love for that to just be my cocktail mixer. Just like at the bar, like, yes, I'll take a Cialis and Jack, please.
Ladies.
Hello, young lady. It's going to take creepy and old to a whole nother level. I like that.
Yeah.
How do we get them to sponsor the show?
Cialis?
Or anybody that does dick stuff, you know?
Well, I think we'd have to be skewing towards a much older audience demographic.
Well, I listen to podcasts all the time that talk about like Blue Chew and stuff.
Yeah. You also
these are
listen
like 30-year-old guys.
I don't know. I feel like the podcasts you listen to are more like AM radio.
Me?
Yeah.
You listen to some dog shit podcasts, my friend. I'll tell you right now. I know you don't listen to this show because you don't have any taste.
Uh-huh.
Shit. Podcasts I listen to, AM radio. Podcasts I listen to are hilarious, sir.
Sure.
I just send you the occasional educational episode from a podcast because sometimes I feel like you need some facts in your life. Mm-hmm. You're just living out here fucking not being married. Fucking just man-child in it. Frankly, I'm jealous.
Sure. I'm jealous of that illusion of me also. I'm busy these days, man.
Yeah, it seems like it. It seems like you got quite a few plates spinning in different area codes, no less, which I'm not sure if that's sustainable. You might want to consider.
It's not, but I don't have to keep it up forever.
Uh-huh.
I've got moves in the wind about all of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about we take a break?
Moves in the wind.
We'll talk off mic about some of your moves, and then we'll be right back for you guys.
Yeah. Final thoughts. Have a word from our sponsor, which is definitely not Blue Chew.
No, but it's going to be some dick stuff.
Might be.
I don't know. I'll make a dick stuff recording. I don't care.
Okay. We'll have a link to Ben's OnlyFans here for the for the promo.
Check out The Real Benny David on OnlyFans.com for all the dick stuff you could ever ask for. No, but really, follow Ben on Twitter and Instagram. He's The Real Benny David, and he does cool stuff on both. That's it.
I haven't had any blood coming out my ass.
So you've reduced your cashew intake, I'm guessing?
Actually, ever since that, as you guys know, I was shitting blood.
If you're joining us for the first time.
About a year ago, Christmas time, I think. Was that?
That was not Holly Jolly then.
Yeah.
Hi-oh.
Tis the season.
There's cashews and everything.
Yeah. Oh, man. You know that cherry dump cake?
No.
Okay, so you get a can of cherry pie filling.
Okay.
Okay, rewind. You get a loaf pan, like you would make a meatloaf size pan.
Yeah.
You get cherry pie filling. Okay. Butter the pan, grease it up, whatever. Spray your pan in there if that's your thing. Pour to the cherry pie, a can of cherry pie filling, down in the bottom.
Just right in there.
Right in the pan. Okay. Then you get a box of yellow cake mix, like Duncan Hines, Pillsbury, doesn't matter. Yellow cake. Okay.
I couldn't have named one brand of cake mix.
Betty Crocker.
Oh, you have 3. Okay. We live different lives.
You could do it with any flavor cake, but this recipe is cherry pie filling, yellow cake mix. You get the yellow cake mix, right? And you put that right on top of the cherry pie filling, dry.
Okay.
Like the powder. Just cake mix.
Yep.
Put it right on top of the cherry pie filling in the loaf pan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Riveting.
Cover that up. Flatten that,
Yeah.
Don't push it. Don't tamp it down or anything.
Just make it look even.
Yeah. Shake it around so it's flat-ish. And then you
eat it with a spoon.
Not quite. You still have to add the butter.
Okay.
Now, you might have to go online. We might include a link in show notes here.
Probably won't.
Maybe I'll put the recipe in the show notes. This will be our first cooking.
Or how about what we do is you make a video of you making this.
Okay.
That would be best.
I'll do that. That'll be up on Dangerously Strange YouTube. Check it out.
Yeah, perfect.
We'll make an announcement.
George is starting a cooking show.
Silence.
Professionals.
Yes. Ben moves his phone away from the computer. You melt the butter. Okay.
It's my favorite kind of butter.
I believe you use 1 stick of butter. So 1/4 pound.
Yeah.
But I think you might, if you wanted to use 1.5 sticks, nobody's going to
be
complaining about it. Yeah. So you melt the butter.
How many brands of butter can you go off top right now?
Well, that's just dairies. So it's going to be all local, right? Unless you're buying like Clover. I think that's even a local.
You have so much insight on butter already.
Dairy Gold.
Okay.
There's also margarine. We ate Imperial margarine when I was a kid. Usually these days we get Lucerne butter. It's a local dairy. I believe that's local. I'm not sure if that's.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I think whatever brand of milk you get is usually like nobody's going to know what the fuck you're talking about when you say, Clover, like the milk, and they go, what?
Okay. Anyways, as you were.
Fancy. There's like fancy milks. There's like the glass bottle. I like the root beer flavored one.
There's root beer flavored milk?
Oh yeah, buddy.
Oh.
Root beer flavored, banana flavored, cotton candy flavored.
The latter two sound feasible to me. I'm still hung up on root beer though. That doesn't seem like it's.
Do you like a root beer freeze? Like
is that like a root beer float, but like East Coast?
It's a root beer float, but West Coast. It's A&W. You get a root beer float, but they put it in the blender.
That sounds good. Okay, I get it now.
So that's like root beer milk is kind of just like a watered down version of melted
like
version of that. Yeah, it's almost like a shake. Root beer flavored.
Okay.
Anyway, you get your butter. I recommend 1.5 sticks.
We know.
You melt it, and then you pour it over the top of the dry
cake mix
in the loaf pan. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You put a foil over it. You put some foil over it, and you put it in the oven for a while at a temperature.
Okay.
And when it comes out, it's kind of streusely.
It's warmer than it was.
It is warmer than it was. The butter melts into the crumbs or to the powder and bakes in to it, and it turns into like a crumbly. It's like it ends up being kind of like a cobbler.
Okay.
Like a crumbly cobbler. You scoop it out, eat it with a fork.
Yeah.
I wouldn't eat it with my bare hands. It's sloppy.
Yeah, nobody would.
It's
do
a
that. Why
pudding.
Would you even think
I would call it
do
a pudding almost.
Cherry
like a
pie
like a
filling pudding. And then
like
you,
a porridge.
Am I wrong to assume that's a one-person dish?
Oh, no. You can't. Oh, but you put cashews in it. That's the other. You put cashews on top.
Yeah, I was just trying to recall how we got here. Maybe you weren't even bleeding out of your asshole then. Maybe it was just cherry
It could have
juice.
just been cherries.
Cherry juice.
Yeah.
I recently figured out in my own life that I cannot tolerate cashews. Not because of any anal bleeding, just I finally narrowed down this heartburn that popped up in my life maybe 18 months ago, and I was like, oh, I just have heartburn all of a sudden when I eat.
George gave me all these cashews because his ass was bleeding.
Well, no, I just like cashews. I started eating a lot of cashews because it was like, in my mind, a healthy snack to have around, and I started liking them.
They're good fat. It's a good fat.
You know, so like, yeah, I had them, I guess, often enough where I just couldn't pinpoint what it could have been, because I was just like, of course it's not the cashews. That's the only healthy thing I'm eating. It's got to be literally anything else. And then, yeah, it was just the other day I had nothing but a handful of cashews, and I had that like very specific feeling in my body.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, fuck. I got one of those like old man, quirky, you can't eat this food things now.
Unable to properly digest cashews.
It's unfortunate. I'll still eat them, but sparingly, I suppose.
I'll eat
not daily.
I'll eat a couple 5, less than 10 cashews every couple of weeks.
Chew them up real good.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Chew them up to nothing.
You're not getting through to my asshole, partner.
Yeah.
That was like a while that you went through that, right? That was like multiple weeks that you were fighting that.
Yeah, trying to figure it out.
Oh.
I have not eaten a sunflower seed again. I don't eat sunflower seeds anymore.
I don't remember the sunflower seed aspect.
I'm skipping all
healthy fats.
All nuts and seeds. I don't, not to excess. I was always eating, now talk about something that shouldn't be a single serving is
cashews.
Yeah, like the regular size can of cashews.
It's like a bag of chips.
It might as well be a personal bag of chips.
Yeah. Well, that's just not fair. It's like volume wise, it doesn't seem like that much.
Right. There's
calorie wise, it's like bonkers.
And they're so good.
Yeah.
They're so good. And there's just not that many.
Yeah.
It's not that many. So you're like, fuck it. This is good for me. They're nuts.
Yeah, if you buy like a single serving at a gas station, they have those little,
Sure, for $1.70. Well, for cashews, it's like $2.75 for one of those.
Yeah, whatever it is. It seems absurd how small of an amount it is.
Really?
You're like, why are you even selling this in a store?
Right.
To me, this seems like you should be giving this to me for free to convince me to buy your larger container of cashews.
Right. You can sell me a pound. Give me this free sample. But also at the same time, man, gas station, like anything mildly healthy at the gas station, the markup is just through the roof.
Yeah, and the fact that there's anything healthy at a gas station is an illusion.
Well, yeah. I mean, the honey roast, the single serving honey roasted cashews coming in at $2.75.
Yeah. How about this? How about stores and gas stations now selling single package hard-boiled eggs?
It's usually 2 though, right?
Yeah,
I see it usually. I see that at 7-Eleven.
That to me is like, are you how bad do you need protein right now? Where you're like, you bust into a Shell station and you're just like, I gotta have some protein right now or I'm gonna pass out. Ham sandwich, it's gray. Cashews, there's only 3 of them. And then you look at the eggs and you're just like, I trust this whole farm to table process. And I'm sure the folks at Shell have properly vetted the source.
I think a hard-boiled egg keeps better, obviously, than an uncooked egg.
Sure.
I think a hard-boiled egg, I think once you hard-boil an egg, if its temperature fluctuates up and down, there's not as much that's going to be breeding or like evolving inside of that, besides maybe a chicken. No, but it's then it'd be cooked. It's cooked.
Yeah. You imagine trying to return them? Yeah, I bit into this, and it's exactly what we both expected. So can I have my money back? Yeah, it's brown on the inside.
But you know, at Costco, you can buy a sack of like 36 hard-boiled eggs.
I feel like I trust Costco more.
But isn't that the same weird principle? Like, hard-boil your own goddamn eggs.
Yeah, for sure that. But like, if we're talking about like,
I mean, they're peeled. It's a hassle. It's kind of a hassle to peel them.
That's a nice perk. I might not make it home. I might have to go off and get a packet.
It's just like, well, I mean, to that end, shelled pistachios.
It's a ripoff. You're selling these to me by weight and giving me shells on them?
No, they come. I'm saying they make them without a shell on them.
Is that a
like
problem?
you can buy a sack of them without it. That's the pistachio is the best nut.
Arguably,
it's in the top 3. I would put it in the top 3 with like a cashew, a pistachio, and like a.
I've never had the patience to
sit around and eat pistachios. Yeah. They're so good, though.
They're pretty good. They are good, but like I'll never buy them on purpose because I'm like super lazy.
Well, Wonderful has got you covered because you can buy any flavor of pistachio you want shelled in a sack, like a pound of them, shelled already.
I'm off nuts. I'm not sure if you heard.
For sure. I'm just saying it seems gratuitous to be able to just throw a handful of pistachios in your mouth.
We're privileged.
That's a heavy privilege.
Let me ask you this. Have you heard
you gotta work for a pistachio. You gotta.
Yeah, I mean.
And the reward is so amazing, but now it's like, here, just have 18 pistachios right in your gullet.
Well, that's what everything is like. I mean, you get into your car and like the song you were listening to when you last were in there just starts playing again when you turn it on. Like you don't have to put in a CD and flip through your CD book anymore.
I'm waiting for Safeway to sell me a banana.
Pre-chewed?
At least peeled. Sell me a peeled banana.
You just walk in and there's just a guy like, we ordered?
Well, yeah, because like as soon as you package it, you've defeated the whole purpose.
Sure.
So you got to sell me a peeled banana, like
just like chunked,
hot off the cart. Oh, I guess if it's cut, then there's a reason for it to be in a different package.
Yeah, especially if the package is like carry friendly, like you get it's got a handle on it maybe or something. Something. You know what I saw the other day that blew my mind? Maybe you've seen this before, but I was buying cranberries, like dehydrated ones, like raisins,
okay. I was like, I probably haven't seen this before because the last time I bought a bunch of cranberries,
it was like the crazy.
But yeah, no, you're right. Yeah. Boxer.
And they were for something Becky was making. It was like part of the recipe.
Sure, dried cranberries.
Right.
That's what threw me. I wasn't picturing them dried.
I was in a store that had like a, one of those grazing stations. Or whatever, where you got the berries and the nuts and all that, and you can kind of like do your own thing. They were all pre-bagged because of COVID, but they had one of those bulk. Sorry, there you go. They have a term for that. And I grabbed one without looking, package. I start to walk away, and I look down, and it was cranberries that were cherry flavored.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, what? So I went back and I was like, obviously there's a mistake here. And I went and grabbed another one, strawberry flavored. Went and grabbed another one, raspberry flavored. Why are we flavoring our berries like other berries?
Cranberries are cheaper than other berries because it's basically a raisin.
Okay.
Cheaper. It's cheap. They're cheap. So then you're baking.
So do you tell the people that there are cherries in there?
No, I don't think you would.
Or do you have to look an adult in the eye and say, how do you like that cherry flavored cranberry in your cookie, Carol? She's like, oh, I thought it was a cherry. Now I'm disgusted by this. And I'm also allergic to cranberries.
You said these were cherry chocolate.
And then you ruin the whole dinner party. To me, it's just unnecessary. I'm like, you just buy the cherries.
But also, I'm saying maybe to trick you into eating a healthier berry. Because there's more antioxidants in a cranberry.
Don't trick me. Just tell me.
Not trick you, but I'm saying to trick yourself. To you know what I mean? For health benefits.
But I know.
Yeah, but it tastes better.
I don't know. I like cranberries.
I don't mind a dried cranberry.
Good handful of cranberries and cashews. Boy.
But what if they could be strawberry flavored?
Chase that with some Ducalax. Move things along.
You don't want to... No strawberry flavored?
I mean, I've not tried it, so it might be the best ever.
What about like bacon flavored?
Bacon
what if they went
cranberries?
The other way? Yeah, what if they made like a savory cranberry?
My reflex was to gag. However, you did say bacon. You know, I don't know. Maybe like some kind of... It's kind of like a maple sausage vibe or something like that.
Sure.
You know?
I mean, it would still obviously have a cranberry...
Right. I don't know.
Flavor.
Next time I have cranberries, I'll probably throw a little bacon in there, see what it's about.
I got some bacon seasoning.
That's weird.
Got it for Christmas.
You just put it on everything?
I put it on a good many number of things so far.
Vegetables mostly?
Vegetables, cheese. Put on some cheese.
Do you breathe like that when you use it also?
Yeah, bacon.
George's got an erection right now.
Bacon flavor. I'm in love with bacon. So.
All right. That's a good note to end on.
Ugh.
People like bacon.
Ugh.
No? You don't think so?
Ugh. I don't know.
Got that Ducalax?
Ducalax. I don't know. Both of these outs. Pleasant
You
to me.
overthink shit, man. Just, you know. Hey, thanks for tuning in to the Dangerously Strange podcast. Sorry we went out on bacon. Apparently it's a problem.
Bacon.
The Dangerously Strange podcast is a production of Dangerously Strange Studios. Our theme music was created by Rick Russell. Special thanks to Nikki Costa, Mondo Martinez, Bradley Church, and of course, Becky Stone. Thanks for listening.